Welcome to another live stream here at the Dakotan. These live podcasts, they're amazing. It's Tuesday. It's 9 a.m.
We're back
it's
as always.
It's Jonathan. Kyler going with a new look for winter.
Rocking the beanie. It's been a little chillier the last couple days, so
yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'm rocking the beanie today.
My. We got some stuff to talk about today. We got some stuff to show you today.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of stuff to be shown. It'll be a good time.
We finally have our segment where we have pictures from around town that we've taken in the last week or two.
That we've taken around town. Yeah.
This guy. I'm like, hey, we should do this segment. He's like, oh, that sounds cool.
It is. It's a great idea.
I'm like, last week, I think like 2 weeks ago. Do you have your picture? No. Okay.
And I think we forgot last week.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned it one of the episodes.
So I don't remember that.
And still no picture.
I have a picture that I took in Minot of something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
Well, that I want to talk about.
I have a video I took in Minot of something that I am not proud of, but happy about.
Yeah. Well,
how about you?
It happened. And
it happened.
Oof, duh.
I'll tell you what happened. There's a reason Kyler's wearing a beanie.
There is.
We're going to cut to clip 1.
Uh-oh. Yeah, here we go.
All right, here we are. We've waited a long time for this to happen. Yep. We've tried to... Kyler. How am I for who is the one...
You tried to speak it into existence first.
Well, who was the one? You have a confession to make, because you're the one that was on air that said...
It's your fault, Jonathan.
I have a confession, not my fault.
Subscribers by the end of that day, I would have you shave my head.
So what did I do? I texted friends. I went and put out a mass email to all of our subscribers, email subscribers.
The first time we've done marketing in a while.
Just to make sure Kyler got a haircut. And then that day we gained more than 4. I was giving Kyler updates throughout the day.
That's all that matters.
It happened.
What a fantastic day that was.
Thank you to everybody.
It was a day.
Broke 1,000 subs.
Oh, that last Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday was great.
Yeah.
Saturday, maybe not so much.
This is something that my friend group has been pushing on me for like 2 years to do now.
So I want to hear more about that, and we'll talk about that while we do it. I think that the only bit of entertainment we get about this, though, is seeing this happen. Because once this happens, it's actually going to be pretty brutal for all of us for about 3 or 4 weeks.
It's going to be the Walter White Kyler for a while.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
The best part about this is like 3x speed, and it looks hilarious when Kyler laughs. We don't have the full portion to show you. When we cut it down into some bite-sized segments. So
Jonathan ended up taking way too long trying to do this. Took like 45 minutes or something. So
to cut the hair because Kyler's hair was so thick, and honestly, this is on me. But Kyler brought a beard trimmer to a head shaving party. And
brought what I brought.
The hair on top of his head ain't no beard.
Hey, it worked out, man. You finessed it. See, now you're getting there.
Yeah, we are getting there.
Making progress now.
Kyler did what he does best, talked the whole time.
I think you told me to.
Probably. Blame me when in doubt.
I accept that blame.
We would have to take off the guard like every...
That's it, yeah.
every time 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan, did you explain you wearing the gloves in the intro?
Oh, yeah, I don't think I explained that part. Yeah, I definitely put on gloves, which was me just being funny.
I just got off work. He didn't want to touch
I got in the middle of the haircut, and I was thankful I did. Some gunk in there. Oh, yeah, look at that tight. Look at that. It's all going away. I left some hair for him to be able to do something with, though, because I felt bad, We're getting this all shaved. So I left a little bit of hair in the back for him.
So bad.
Just a bunch of hair so he could start his mullet. And then I took some right out the side. So it's
big old hunk.
So he's got to get that figured out. Yes. What a look. What a look from the man.
There goes my hair.
Oh, Kyler.
Yeah, we're back.
The whole lighting has changed in your frame.
I know it did.
We worked so hard to get that right.
I told you we should check it without the beanie. So, yeah, that train wreck of a hair cut I got on Saturday, I Snapchat saw it first. I put it out, and luckily, big shout out to my hairstylist.
Did
Lorraine.
she see the Snapchat?
I sent her a picture that was so. Shout out to my hairstyle dresser Lorraine. She did a fantastic job fixing this up on. Well, it was on Sunday even, so big props to her coming in clutch for me along with her daughter Bree. If you
Took
guys,
two.
Yeah, it took two people to fix that.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is the shortest I think my hair has ever been. So here we go. I'm ready for a very chilly winter, which is why I gave you the picture that I gave you.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. Well, we'll talk about the pictures later, but beard next.
The beard is going to be next.
Oh, it is. We don't even have to do a challenge for this one.
No, that's going to be by next Tuesday. It'll be gone.
Oh, I'll be gone.
Yep.
It's not even gonna be just tight.
No, it's gonna. Well, it might be by that point. It'll probably be coming in a little bit, but it's not gonna. It's gonna be
all
just
going
mustache.
away.
Yep.
How long have you been working on that?
I mean, I trimmed it at the start of football for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But you had plans for this thing.
Oh yeah, like at least a couple weeks. I got a Halloween thing I'm going to this weekend that
Nice.
it's going to be part of the costume. I'm going to be rocking the mutton chops, and so it's going to be the Ambrose Burnside look. It's going to be great. I can't rock that full time, so that'll be gone on Sunday, and no beard, just be mustache Kyler, all bald faced and be sad.
We're gonna have to change the lighting in our studio.
I think it's your turn next. We got to find something for you to shave your head.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I'm not so free with that as you.
Yeah, I won't be again. You got it. You got it now.
You got it
can
once.
Just see the shine up there.
Dude, yeah, it's awful. That's why no one's gonna want to watch
it's
today.
So reflecty.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Taking a moment to reflect on past year. All right, there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot that was happening in Minot this last few days. Some stuff with Minot North School that's been going around. We're gonna talk about some stuff at the state that's kind of coming out a little bit. Talk maybe about how the state's affected by the government shutdown and how that could be affected more into next week. Got a couple other fun things on the agenda after that if we get to them. I'm looking forward to today, Jonathan.
Well, that makes two of us.
Where do you want to start? Here in town?
Yeah.
All right. I think the big one we start with is the Minot North thing.
Yeah, that's kind of a interesting deal. Saw some of that stuff breaking last night.
Yeah, saw it popping up yesterday, and I saw it on Facebook first. Was when I first saw it pop up, and a lot of people talking about how there is a threat towards Minot North, possibly whether it be a student or someone else threatening the school in about the worst way you could possibly do so. So Minot Police Department had to respond because this got a lot of traction online yesterday in a couple forums. So Minot Police Department did make a post, and they said the Minot Police Department and Minot Public Schools are aware of rumors circulating about a possible threat toward Minot North's high school. Officers have thoroughly looked into this matter and have found no information indicating any active or ongoing threat to the school or community. Out of an abundance of caution, officers will have an increased presence at the school throughout today to help ease concerns. So love to see that.
Good. Well, yeah, of course, Minot PD stepping up. We had a chat with Chief of Police last week. That'll be coming out this week. And definitely community involvement is important. And this is kind of one of those areas where they would step up and make sure that that's felt. Yeah. Obviously, the larger thing in this picture is just the threat. It's kind of a bummer to see that stuff come up, whether it's real, whether it's fake. Just kind of sad deal. Yeah,
whether it's anything with any substance to it or not, you can never take something like this too lightly, so you have to assume it is. Unfortunately, Surrey had a situation like this earlier this year as well.
Right.
It was, just at football practice, there were a police presence there, so it was a weird situation for everyone in the school. But again, it was nothing of any substance came from it, but same situation. You have to take all of these threats as seriously as possible. So
absolutely
love to see Minot Police Department stepping up there. Hate to see these kind of things popping up because, throughout our lifetimes, this has just been something that's gotten more and more frequent, unfortunately, and really something that you don't want to see here in North Dakota, especially in those worst instances.
Absolutely. Well, good to see that the police will be there, so all the what can be done to keep things safe will be done.
Yeah,
So.
they'll have their presence there, and I saw a couple comments online. One thing that I thought was interesting and worth bringing up to you at least. A lot of people were talking about how all schools should have metal detectors. Is that doable? Do you think? Realistically speaking, in today's day and age, maybe, but
Why? I think it's doable, but I don't think.
Is it realistic? Yeah.
I think the bigger question is it necessary and does it send the right messaging?
I think that's a good point. At that, if you do have them in every high school, at least, let's say, so or even junior high and up, now you're starting to look a little bit. You make a point. It's about the messaging and the look of it. You're almost expecting something to come through when you have those,
and you would also be interested to see, because obviously, what would you do to keep anyone safe, especially your kids safe? What measures would you go to?
Yeah.
All right. So like that trumps messaging in an instant. But it'd be interesting to see the success rate of it as well.
I would, yeah, that would be interesting to see, like on some places where this has been a thing for for a long time now, if it has actually driven down threats and actual violence in the school.
Right. Yeah, it has actually and helped a lot, because if it hasn't helped, then I would question whether or not that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good point at that stage. I wouldn't want to see it overdone, and especially in a place like, Minot, where funds are a little tight already. That would be a big expense to have to go towards, but in some instances, maybe it is the best thing to do in the long run. But that's something for the school board to work on, I think, more than anything.
It definitely is.
I think
it definitely is. But I mean, obviously, how often do we get one of these threats?
I'm at the absolute max, like once every other year.
And so obviously you have to be careful, because it only takes once. You can't be reactive in this area. You have to make sure that you're being proactive. But it seems like one thing that Minot does that is interesting is we go and we invest in things, and this isn't Minot, this is a North Dakota thing. I feel like we invest in things that probably don't affect us the same way, but just in case. And I think can be you need to be very aware if you go down that path.
Because in theory, on the surface, it sounds like you're doing the right thing.
Right. Well, we see it in legislative session a little bit, where we go and we begin to look at bills to put in place that other states are doing, and they're proactive bills, which I think is good to be a little bit proactive. But it's when you're going and putting laws in, and this is a different circumstance, but when you're putting proactive laws in, that's a little bit unnecessary. Sometimes laws do need to be a little reactive. Certain laws don't need to be. Some of them need to be proactive, and there's a fine line to walk there. I think sometimes North Dakota goes to the point of, hey, let's just go all out here.
Let's just do it because we can, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things, again, like you said, like we've already said, you can't take anything like this unseriously. It has to be taken to the fullest extent, but on the same note, you can't live in fear.
Right, for sure. With something like this, you have to go and become, in this particular instance, you have to be completely cautious of this matter. This could be a really huge deal. It will create a lot of anxiety amongst the students and stuff like that. I think all that's handled great. I think just looking at the larger picture of, is there something more that should be done? I think if that happens, it should be tread on very carefully.
No, I agree with that. I think that's the best route kind of moving forward for the city and the state as a whole. See what kind of comes of it. Hopefully this is the end of it, though.
Yeah, hopefully. Tell us what you think. Should Minot, is there more measures that Minot should take?
Yeah.
Or drop it in the comments.
Are we doing the right thing? Let us know.
For sure.
Another Minot one. You got any other fun ones before I go?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I got. Let's do it. Do you want to do our pictures?
Not yet. I want to do that after the break.
Okay. He's saving it. I'm sorry. I got all excited for that one.
Yeah. He has one picture from like 3 months ago. He's excited about it. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, no. So here in town, we're getting. Where are we? I wanted to go to the state. I have one here. I have a full story here.
You actually have a story?
About. Yes.
We've talked a lot about having a story, but we haven't heard anything about it yet.
What are we talking about?
I'm just.
It's the Commerce
You
Department.
tried to avoid it. You tried to go to pictures.
I did.
You nervous about this one?
It's the Department of Commerce.
So he's excited.
We have another grant that's coming out, and I thought this
yes.
was an interesting one. It's called the Rural Catalyst Grant, and it was launched this year. The state appropriated $2.5 million for the Commerce Department to.
Give Commerce more money.
Yes, they're going to spread this money out among, I think it's communities of no more than 4,500 people.
Can we pause right here?
Of course.
Tell me how it makes sense. Like almost every legislator that I've had on, and I know I need to have more. Maybe we haven't had enough of varying degrees of philosophy or something.
Mm-hmm.
But every single one of them was like, yeah, commerce, we should take a closer look at commerce. And of course, we have to understand that it was different. Different governor that was involved and different head of commerce that was involved with some of the stuff that's being brought up. But all of them are like, yeah, there needs to be more rules and restrictions in place for commerce. And yet there's still a ton of money that they get.
This was originally supposed to be $5 million.
And they cut it down to
two and a half.
2.5, cut in half.
Yeah.
I guess that's good.
That's something. But the projects are meant to focus on community, economic growth, health and wellness, or the preservation or reopening of critical businesses like rural grocery stores. So, in theory, kind of a neat concept that they have there, but that's also pretty broad too.
Yep.
You know, in one regard, if it is for a rural grocery store, that's a fantastic grant for it. On the flip side, if it's for a preservation or reopening of a critical business, what do you define as critical at that point?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little subjective to that degree, but the quote in here is from Nicolette Blummer, the program's grant administrator, said, "We talk about measuring impact all the time, and some of it is increase in population. That'd be great, you know, if it's housing projects or infrastructure projects or, you know, businesses like that. Increase the sales tax, so money coming into the communities, increase in population, vibrancy of the community, tourism numbers to really generate more dollars for those communities so they can continue to thrive." So they want to try to drive more people to these smaller communities, whether it be, you know, a business that, like in Stanley, they have the ice cream shop that has incredible. I can't think of what it's called.
I can't think of it either, but
the Twist ice cream or whatever it is. It's fantastic. I've had it as a kid.
Had it.
It's worth it. You should definitely try
I had
it.
it as a kid.
Yeah, when I was little.
And it's still good.
Yeah,
Everything's better when you're a kid.
yeah, that's true. Nostalgia.
But I've heard that it is good.
But something like that, a really cool little niche kind of business.
That's where this money should go to?
Well, no, I'm saying
That's critical.
That's something.
That's ice cream.
That's an idea of what they're kind of thinking of what I would assume a critical business could kind of be considered. Maybe not, but in the kind of air that they're referencing here.
Really? That's where you'd go with critical. Like, honestly, I'm not with you on that one.
I don't know if I would personally define that as a critical business.
You think that's where it's
But
going.
I think based on what that quote was, they want to improve tourism to small areas, the vibrancy of the communities.
To commerce, I guess that's critical.
Yes, exactly. That's more where I'm coming from.
Yeah. I think when it comes to that whole deal, the only part critical you put that is with commerce, critical of commerce.
Yes.
But
Sorry.
but interesting way to spend more money, taxpayer money. Again, you know, the whole government, it's taxpayer money. So that's what we're putting our money towards, I guess.
I'll say this. I'll give it a caveat to it. They do require that within 18 months of the award being handed out, that construction, renovation, whatever, the project must be completed. So
Okay.
they have a timeline on it, so something to actually see and keep track of. The deadline to apply is January 7th, and award notifications will be sent by Friday, February 6th, which a second round will then start in March if any funds remain.
I kind of see like news being critical.
Yeah, I agree.
And those small town newspapers, they struggle.
Yeah, those independent news sources and outlets.
I shouldn't say they struggle, but some of them do struggle for
Yes.
sure. And a great point to the whole deal. So if you step out of the deal with commerce and the questions of them, Krause's just sold. Krause's supermarket, Garrison, Washburn, one other location, I cannot remember it. They just recently sold out, and they sold out to a larger chain. Mm-hmm. And I was talking with somebody about this the other day about daycare, and they're like, "You should go start a daycare." I'm like, "Yeah, funny, buddy." And they're like, "Well, you make a ton of money." I'm like, "You either make a ton of money if you have like 5 kids in your house, or you have 100 kids. But it's that middle ground where it's really hard. That's my perception of it. I guess I could be a little bit off on that, but
At least generally on the surface, I agree with that.
That's what it appears to be, is the ones that are in the middle, it struggles. And I think it's kind of what we're seeing across the board is like, you have a supermarket like this, if you're able to have 15 stores and suddenly you're able to get discounted rates on products and stuff like that, then all of a sudden you can be way more competitive. But when you're the mom and pop, or you're the mom and pop and you got a couple locations now and you're expanding, it's very difficult.
Especially up in rural North Dakota.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, places like that, so far away from the interstate, they have to go off highway to Garrison, especially. I mean, these are at the far ends of logistic trains.
And your prices are going to be 10 to 15% higher at least than in the major town. So you get, what I could see happening is people do their basic grocery shopping there, but then they make that trip to town to get their $300, $400, $500 worth of groceries.
Yeah, if they need those big bulk purchases, they'll come to Minot here and do the shopping.
Salt so they can make dinner. They'll run to Krause's and
need a gallon of milk. They'll go right over.
Right,
but
so going, it's a difficult environment right now across the board. I think it's been leading to this. Some people will get, when I say environment right now, we'll get administrations involved. Okay, go ahead, go and show me the
direct correlation there. You can always indirectly.
You can go back a couple administrations and every single one of them on economic policy you can find critical factors of.
Yeah. You can always nitpick in that regard and find probably a statistic that'll back your point to a degree. But I think this is something that's been trending this way for at least...
For multiple administrations.
Yeah. So I would say at least since towards the waning part of the oil boom, you could probably argue even before that. But this is something that... You've seen these places struggle. We've heard about it even earlier this year, where a lot of rural places were having some issues with their logistics trains, and it's something that you don't want to see, because a lot of these places can be lifelines for those little communities that they're in.
Fact of the matter is, the whole environment of how the U.S. is set up is transitioning.
Yeah,
I was talking with somebody, and this is a thing that I feel. I'm like, what does the small towns of North Dakota look like in 20, 30 years?
Yeah.
And the idea generally is, Minot would grow to 70, 80,000 because all the small towns would become ghost towns and people will slowly go more towards your hubs. That's what we've already seen happening. It's not like something that's crazy. You go through North Dakota and you find ghost towns. Why? Because people have started going with the accessibility of transportation and how the whole environment works. It makes more sense to be closer to people, where you're going to have your central hills and you can drive out 20 minutes to do whatever.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. You don't have to jump on a horse and go ride for a day to get to your job site. It's just a quick ride in the car.
Yeah, you make a great point with that. There's some places obviously Minot's one of those hubs that is going to probably grow thanks to those things. Right. You'll have places like Rugby probably you're not going to see go away, anything like that. No, right. However, you look at other places, you look at like an Antler up at the border that has maybe 20, 30 people that live there at most. Yeah. Or Upham, which maybe 100 and some change. Yeah. Places like that, you never know. And hopefully not. I really wouldn't want to see that, but
yeah, you're not wishing for it.
But it's something that could be trending. When generations pass and hand down the torch, a lot of times those families, the kids, don't want to maybe do what the parents did. If it's a farm thing, maybe they're not interested in it. But
even if it's a farm thing, the whole environment
has been altering a little bit too in that regard.
Yeah, the whole... Right. So Granville, 231 people. I see... next 30 years, that dwindling down to really low, because
on the flip side, you even have people that live out there. Say they're not farmers; they live in town in Granville, and they commute to Minot every day. How do you know that that next generation, their kids aren't going to want to do that? Maybe they do. I'm not saying that as a for sure thing, but generally speaking, what are the odds that they're going to want to move out to where mom and dad lived, take over that house, and then do the same commute?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just one of those things, unfortunately. It's kind of part of that transitioning period of life that we're in right now.
Yeah, well, it's not something that's new. It's something that's happened over time.
Exactly.
If you drive to North Dakota, you find the ghost towns.
Yep.
Alderman
Tegas, that's it.
Olson, if childcare was a moneymaker, more people would do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I agree. But all my point is, if my wife watched 4 kids and charged $1,500 a month for 2 kids, or $1,800 a month for 2 kids, whatever. As a stay-at-home mom, you can make money right there.
Yep. But as soon as you start trying
but there's no licensing, there's minimal licensing, and there's a lot of risk with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so people wouldn't want to do that. But if you're in that just one shop, you don't make much money.
You get past that, that singular person that's able to, whatever the threshold is for how many kids they can watch. You start getting to the point where you need to start hiring a person to help all of a sudden, and then you need a location.
Right.
And there's that's when
it really
becomes,
hard part.
Yeah.
If Walmart tried to only do one store with their business model, they'd fail.
Yeah. It's one of those things where as soon as it tries to expand past that kind of initial threshold, it really becomes a difficult thing. And that's something that we've seen around, obviously the country, but specifically Minot, we've seen this year as one of those bigger issues.
It has come to surface throughout the country for sure. All right, let's go to a quick break, and then we'll be back and show some pictures from around town and have a couple more things to go over.
I'm ready.
In the demanding world of oil and gas, precision, safety, and efficiency are non-negotiable. Unmanned operator drone services revolutionizes how you monitor, inspect, and manage your operations. With cutting-edge technology and expert operators, we deliver real-time data, detailed reports, and actionable insights for our valuable clients. Why risk the safety of your team or waste precious time? Our drones access even the most challenging areas with ease, reducing downtime and enhancing safety across your sites. We take the guesswork out of your projects by offering LiDAR, mapping, and inspection services so that your projects stay safe, on budget, and on time. Unmanned operator drone services, where technology meets safety, precision, and efficiency. Contact us today to elevate your operations. Yes, pun intended.
Enjoy Minot's finest authentic Mexican cuisine with a view at Mi Mexico. The rooftop patio is open and ready for you to enjoy a margarita or other cool refreshment along with genuine mouth-watering Mexican entrees. Mi Mexico, South Broadway.
Hi.
All right. We're back.
We are.
All right. So we're wanting to do this thing where at least once a week, we take you through some of the pictures around town. And the idea is that it should be within the last week, maybe 10 days. Okay. That's all right. This is our first time doing it, right?
First one.
And it's a new habit for us.
Yes.
Sometimes you might see construction projects that are finally popping up, such as the emergency room where work is being done in Northwest Minot, or Circle K going in close to Shots. Those are things that we talked about. And suddenly construction is happening.
Yeah,
things
that
are progressing.
building popped up fast over there.
So those are the kinds of pictures that you saw with your own eyes. You just chose not to take a picture of.
I'm not a picture taking person.
Me either,
generally speaking.
But you know what?
You remembered. It was, I didn't. But I have a great picture.
He has a great picture. So tell us all about this picture.
This is from the state fair. This is at like 7:30 in the morning. Look how bright it is. It's beautiful out.
Yeah.
We don't get that for a while. I noticed with my shorter hair, I feel that breeze a little bit more now. And this picture really encapsulates summer. It is during the peak part of Minot summer with the state fair parade rolling around. Everybody's having a good time. And I
Why'd
really
you take a picture this day?
Because I got there and I thought I was there early, and there was all of these people sitting around already, lined up waiting for the fair or the parade to come through.
Great point.
And
when it comes to parade time,
people don't mess around.
People don't mess around.
I got there like an hour and a half early because they told us to, and lo and behold, there was a ton of people already lined up. No, it wasn't. It was right on time, if anything. So I really wanted to just look back at how summer was such a nice time.
I want to reminisce about summer.
It went long this year. We had a great
I'm glad
fall.
it was capstone with somebody getting a head shape.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. So what did you have, Jonathan?
I got two pictures. All right. One of them is I'm coming home, and in the corner of my garage, on the outside of my garage,
the garage,
there was this monstrosity that was thinking it had found a new home. Hopefully this is the right picture. Look at that thing, dude.
What is that? Is that a
That's
spider?
A spider. And then there's
my
something,
Lanta.
I don't even know, man.
Oh,
It
what is
was-
happening? Is it like pregnant? What is going on?
It could be. I have no
that's
idea.
Gross.
Yeah, that part would be.
Nasty.
Dude, that thing's it was big.
huge.
Obviously,
It's probably the
when
size
you
of
take
your-
a picture, they always look bigger.
It's probably like the size of like your fingertip, though.
At least.
Yeah, I
No,
think.
I think it was bigger than that.
probably
I
like
think
your
it was more
thumb.
my thumb.
I think it's a unit.
Maybe even bigger than my thumb. I
One of
was
the
like,
ones I probably won't bite
You
you.
know what I
though.
did?
What'd you do? You smush
went
it
back into my house.
as you should.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let him go. He's gonna get the mosquitoes.
Let
and
him
the
live in
flies.
peace. Do you ever think about like, and this is like alien talk kind of, but sometimes I think about this, like, what does an ant think of a human?
Yeah.
Like, no,
What is
they're coming.
what is the sentience level of them, and what do they recognize us as?
Yeah. And
Are we
so-
just a large blob? Are we just like a dust storm to them, effectively?
Okay, really? So you think of us as just a weather problem?
I mean, conceptually, maybe.
That'd be interesting.
Or do they tell that we're a separate species from them and that we are something that can easily destroy
Can
them?
they hear? Because that would probably be what it comes.
They sense vibration for sure.
Vibration. Yeah, so we're
They
just
can feel us
vibrating
coming.
monsters.
Oh yeah, we're an earthquake.
Yeah.
We're a hurricane to them, effectively.
Yes, that stomps on them.
Yes,
That's what they got to be worried about.
that's the thing. Do they understand? Can they comprehend us stomping on them? I don't know. With a brain the size of like the head of a pin.
Why do they run away sometimes? So you're saying that they can't even comprehend it when
I'm saying I don't
you
know.
wipe out half their family
Yeah, I don't know. Can they?
with one step.
Do they just recognize? Do they
See, my
recognize that
question
a
was
person
this,
did it?
or my point of it was this: like, is there something also larger than us that could do that to us?
Well, yeah.
I mean, obviously, you have the define things. I believe in God, so you have those elements, and you have weather and stuff like that. But I'm talking about what if there was a creature that all of a sudden came, like, whoa.
Talking about some Independence Day kind of stuff.
Okay, we know it's not real. We haven't seen it happen yet. All right, I got one more picture.
You do have another one? I
This
thought you
one's
said you
even
had
better.
two. Okay,
this
what
one's
is
even
it?
better. So this is the picture I was going to show for the first time. I was out late one night, and this is incredible to me.
Yeah. What is that?
This line right here,
Is that Marketplace?
this is the line for Taco Bell.
Jeepers. I've seen that at night sometimes. It's just
It's
ridiculous.
all the way to It's all the way to the road. They're
ridiculous.
wrapping around.
Like-
I'm like, what in the world?
So there's two things. I have two takes on this.
Here's
One,
two takes.
to the
Bunch
people,
of people are gonna be sick the next day. Or is that your first take?
no, to the people working at Taco Bell. So much respect and props to having to put up with that at like midnight every night, or at least on like Friday, Saturday nights. Like I could only
Why
imagine.
is it better on the weekends? I don't answer.
Yeah. I can only imagine the landscape that they must have to go through and the minefield it's like to work in that
Brutal.
time frame. Because maybe I'm wrong, but I bet that there's still up to a certain point at least that they still have to take DoorDash orders and stuff.
I don't know how it all works.
And I couldn't
Taco John's stays open till 2 a.m.
Taco Bell's better.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot take, but so
Dude,
flip
Taco
side of
John's
this,
doesn't
however-
give you the same stomach ache.
You're right there in the heartburn. On my second take on that picture you had, as someone, so maybe I don't always spend my time as efficiently or wisely as I can, but I still value my time. I could not imagine myself pulling into line like 15 cars deep to Taco Bell to wait for like 45 minutes to get food.
Yeah.
That is something I just cannot bring myself to do.
Honestly, the other day I wanted Taco Bell.
I kind of want Taco Bell now.
Yeah. Well, the other day I wanted it, and it was in the evening, and there was like 5 cars in line. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing
If
that.
there's more than 2, I can't do it.
Well,
At Taco Bell
at
specifically.
Taco Bell specifically.
Specifically at Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell specifically. So we went somewhere
Yeah,
else.
love T-Bell, but
Oh, I
like,
love Taco Bell.
if there's more than like 2 cars there, I know it's going to be a minute wait.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
That's the. I want to say sights and sounds, but there's not really many sounds in that.
I'll take a video of something wicked.
Oh, you will.
Maybe if if I don't
Interesting.
screw up,
You can't
this-
take a picture, but you can take a video. Okay.
I'm saying if I think of it and I don't mess around this weekend, I'll take a video. I'm out about the downtown this weekend.
Sights and sounds of Minot.
Yeah. Hey, where's the Revel Hotel?
It's an old Best Western. It's over by the mall.
Okay, I know what that is then.
That's just a random question right there.
Yeah. Sorry. That was just thought popped in my mind.
Okay. Moving on.
Woo. So I have another state story here for you. It's something that we've kind of discussed on and off for a couple months. It's something I started the process to apply for even. It's the Ethics Commission. Yeah. They are struggling to appoint their 3 people. They have 3 vacancies, and man, they cannot figure out.
What's the holdup?
Sounds like the 3 people that are in charge of appointing them are at an impasse for filling those positions. They can't agree on who the new appointees should be. One of them wants to keep a current commissioner around, or 2 of them want to, I believe, but I think it's the governor that doesn't want him to be kept around, and they want to move on to some new people. Here's my story on this. I believe in June or July, when they posted the position for availability, I applied for it.
This was the time when Kyler applied for everything.
Yes. There's a second stage of it that I think around the beginning of August, when they sent back, to the people that applied, there's a second stage. You have to fill, write effectively an essay, for lack of a better term, on 7 different points that they submit to you. Yeah. And that was right at the end of the mayoral race and right when I was getting into coaching. So admittedly, I didn't do that part of it. And
they don't want me anyway.
They wouldn't have picked me. Of the 7 finalists, they said only 4 were qualified. So if those people aren't qualified, I wouldn't be for sure. But
I probably would have got it.
If I would.
Anyways,
yeah,
you would have shaved your beard if you did.
Or something. I was going to say that. It's gone. So I stopped, unfortunately. I shouldn't have, but I did. And so now you fast forward, there was, I think, 7 or 8 people that did go through the final process of it and were the finalists. And in general, I think the 3 of them could agree on 2 or 3 of them, but they can't come to a firm decision on it. And now they're stuck at an impasse. And another interesting thing that happened is the Ethics Commission met when they had 2 people still technically on the committee that were past their term's expiration date. So it's just becoming a slogged down affair. And
do you think the government is right in wanting different people on?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think he is right on this.
You can, maybe the specific people he wants, I don't know who they are.
About that.
Yeah, you can argue that up and down. But I think in general at this point, you got to switch this up.
Yeah, there seemed to be a lot of things that have come out.
In 6 or 7 years, they've had one thing, and the guy was already convicted by the courts for it. And that was the Jason Doctor thing. Gotcha. Yeah. So, I mean, I love the concept of the Ethics Commission. I've been one that's championed it since we've been doing this show. But guess what? It is ineffective, inefficient, and they need to figure out a better way to do their job because they have not done nearly enough in the time frame they've been open for, which you can argue maybe they haven't been given the runway they need for that. But if that's the case, clearly the people in charge aren't doing enough to advocate for themselves to get that runway.
Yeah. Well, that's a great story, and something to keep following. Something else that everybody is on the mind of everybody is this whole, this isn't on the mind of everybody, but last week there was an approval for federal disaster aid for August storms in North Dakota. And of course, this will only actually come once the government reopens. And that is on the mind of everybody as we approach the end of October and benefits begin to lapse. Paychecks no longer go out. We're at the point where the government shutdown begins to be felt.
Yep.
Getting close to the longest ever.
Yeah.
Longest ever is 35 days. We're getting very close to that.
We're at about 4 weeks now.
Some people are saying, and tread lightly in this topic, because I know there's a lot of views on this, and passionate views because of how much it affects people. This is where the federal government, we talk about how the federal government doesn't affect you much. This is where it finally does affect you, and it's in the benefits. Just come together, find consensus just so we can get these things. Obviously, this is all negotiation tactics. Some people say that the reason why this happens is just so the government can see how much effect they actually do have, how much control they actually do have over the people. That's
sure.
That's
an argument you'll see.
It's an argument you see, and the more you think about it, the more you wonder about it.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes have learned to state things, oh yeah, that's definitely a view right there. But you know what? The more you look at that, the more interesting that one becomes, because it feels like it could be
The more questions start to be raised.
Yeah. Could actually be something that's real.
It's almost like a kid at home pushing the boundaries of the parent to see what they can get away with.
Right. How far. And it happens every once in a while where it goes really extreme like this.
Do you think anything gets done this week? I don't. Just personally, I don't think it happens before the next week at the soonest.
I'll say this, though. I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure placed on these benefits.
Yeah.
I call them benefits, but
Just,
I'm not trying to...
Just to lump it together, for lack of a better term.
I'm not trying to get into any controversial discussion about it, really. But this SNAP, EBT, food stamps, those things, people... There's a lot of pressure being put with that stuff. When you look at the amount of money. So the administration or President Trump was able to go out and get private funding, a private donor to pay for the military salaries. That may not happen because of appropriations, and that may not be allowed through the rules of the government. But if you went and you tried to do that for the benefits, you're looking at billions of dollars.
Yeah, that's a different ball game.
And so... yeah, it's just like, I don't know. But I generally stand by what I said last week. I think I said on air, where I'm not sure that I'm a fan. Two things. One, I think it's neat to see private individuals step up. Like, I think that's cool. I think that's great. But I don't know that I love the idea where you can get private individuals that are going to pay for salaries that the government needs to be paying for, because I feel like that's part of the pressure that should be felt by both sides in the whole deal. Like, all right, let's drag this out. But just remember, every day we drag this out, military member doesn't get paid. Every day we drag this out, then some of our air traffic control people may quit. Every day we drag this out,
those contract specialists might not come back to work. They might have to find something else.
Right. But if we go and we start identifying, hey, we just cannot lose our air traffic controllers, because it takes 5 years to train them. It's not 5 years, but it's a lengthy training process, and it takes a while before they're able to get up to speed. We just cannot lose the air traffic controllers. Then suddenly now you feel that pressure. Yep. And I mean, both sides have said some questionable things throughout the whole deal. I know that there's a Dem that said something where said some highly questionable things about pressure when it comes to all this stuff. I don't know, man. It's kind of a sad situation for sure.
The thing that I can guarantee is that you're going to see the left blame the right, and the right's going to blame the left.
Is that government?
That's American government.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's a true guarantee for sure.
And
it doesn't matter what the topic is.
No, but yeah, 90, especially in today's day and age, 99% of it.
They don't come together for anything anymore.
No. When was the last time they did like No Child Left Behind, like 20 years ago? No, the bailout. No, wait.
Yeah, there's something recently that was getting
probably, yeah.
It'd be interesting listening to something about insider trading and making it where none of the Senate or House can go and do trades. They can't do it.
Their stock portfolios are to be frozen.
A blind trust, basically.
Yeah, at the start of their career and for 4 years following their exit from office, kind of thing.
There's somebody that says they're going to force a vote on that.
That'd be fun to see them do it.
Yeah, and they're supposedly taking a lot of heat.
I bet they are,
because they're like, yeah. Both sides don't want that, so that's where both sides come together.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Yes, they'll have consensus to agree on not.
But they can't vote no on that.
Yeah, of course not. Politically, no. But how about that? If everybody votes no, what are we gonna do?
Well, I get you're gonna vote different people in, because not everybody will vote no.
That's not what's gonna happen. Maybe in a couple instances you'll get that to happen, but the vast majority, 95%, it won't matter.
Speaking of voting, there's something else I want to talk about before
I have
next week's election day.
Yeah, it is. I have one other thing before we go there. Actually, I'll save it for Thursday. Let's talk next week.
Next week's election day.
Yeah.
Highly contested. I don't know if it's highly contested or not. Some people say it's a runaway in New York.
Highly contentious.
Highly contentious for sure. Actually, not only is it highly contentious, it's highly watched because there's some feelings that this could change things in America.
There's a thought that this could be a potential, Zoran Mamdani could be the potential future route that the Democratic Party wants to go down. And
But right now, the Democratic Party split on that.
Exactly. That's the thing. So seeing this play out in a place like New York City, it's going to be a proving ground to see how effective it can be. And maybe, Andrew Cuomo can pull off a miracle on the Hudson, but I got a sneaky feeling it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, when you go and you look at New York and you look at the registered Democratic numbers in New York City versus the state, it's staggering.
It is. It's incredible how...
Because it's actually not as blue as you think it is at the state level, but it is insanely blue in New York City.
Yep. And that's where, and like half the state's population is in New York City. So it's a lot more spread out. Like if you look at their district map in the state of New York, you'll see that where it's really most of the maybe you'll have Albany, Syracuse might be blue, but generally most of the quote rural for New York State is going to be red.
North Dakota feels that at the state level. We're mostly red.
You betcha we are.
Did you listen to my Paulson interview?
Yeah,
Senator
it was
Paulson?
great.
What'd you think about the idea that? No, actually, I don't think I said this on it. Or we talked about the effects of that. Something I thought about later was maybe this is a strategy of the Democrats.
Yeah,
because they're able to have they're able to have their party wherever it stands as right now. But then they also I shouldn't even go down this road. I'm going to take so much heat for this. But it's like the Republican Party is so split, and there's Democrats that are leaving the Democrat Party and going to the Republican Party, and it's just diluting the Republican Party because the whole big tent philosophy that the Republicans had back in the day has now been blown up. The Republican Party can't go and get anything done in the state. So now you just have a bunch of confusion. And in some ways, the Democrats win a little bit from that.
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah. A lot of stuff going on
at that point. But next Tuesday, we do
Election Day.
Do we plan on going
We're
live
going
that
live
night?
at 8 a.m., 8 p.m.
Well,
sorry.
I was going to say we're starting here.
That's the other discussion we're going to talk about. But 8 p.m., go until probably 10.
Yeah. Go for a couple hours that night. Go over some major results of some major races around the country. Obviously, New Jersey and Virginia governor races are a couple of the big ones. And be interesting to kind of see, get a rough idea of where the country is kind of leaning before next year's midterms.
Yeah. We'll see if the government's open again.
Yeah.
Can we have elections if the government's not? It's not federal.
Yeah. They're states, so it'll be fine.
Is this a testing ground for next year?
Yeah, I think so.
For the government shutdown?
Oh, I thought you meant for like where party lines were going to start going towards. Oh,
government shutdown. Because can there be an election happen if the federal government shut down?
Oh my Lanta, that is a concept I hadn't thought of. That would be, I'm sure it'll still happen. I bet. Just there's going to be some weird caveats to it, but I'm sure it'll just be run by the states, and then they'll have to siphon everything up. I assume. I don't know.
Who knows?
Might have to look into that.
Not
That's
a problem
crazy.
we have to worry about right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
next Tuesday,
big stuff
we will
in
be
Virginia
live.
happening.
Yep.
Big stuff in New York happening, and there's one other race.
New Jersey.
Yep.
Yep.
That need to be watched closely. So
We'll be following those.
we'll have the plan is to have State Rep Jared Hendricks live with us.
Hey, that'll be fun.
Yep, might have a couple guests, but probably not going to be a lot of stuff in North Dakota about it. But you can definitely tune into the Dakota and check it out.
Get North Dakota's perspective on a national scene.
Absolutely, that'll be good. All right, this is what's. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say next Tuesday as well for our regular show, we'll be recapping City Council.
Yes, we will be.
Yes, and next on this Thursday, expect us to preview City Council.
So, big question as we come to the end of this episode. And I would love to see, this is another segment we want to start doing, but I don't know that we're going to be consistent about this one, is like the question of the day.
Okay.
And
I had one.
And no, we question of the day. There's only one.
Okay.
And I have the question.
Oh, you have it.
We talked about it earlier, but
I get excited. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you can have the question of the day next week. Okay. Is that a deal?
Well,
Are you fine with that?
it's good that you're taking because I don't specifically remember what I said earlier. So
You'd be questioning what your question was.
Yes.
So the question is this: when is early?
okay.
When is waking up early? Because I was on the phone with somebody before our podcast today, and I was like, "Oh, like that's early," and they're like, "No, that's not early." And we were talking about there was something at 7:30, so I'm like, "Well, I have to be up at 6 then because there's prep that has to go on."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Yeah, I still don't think that's early." I'm like, "Interesting." Like, yeah, 5:30 is when I get up, so it'd have to be before 5 in order for me to consider it early.
Yeah, that's very subjective.
That's subjective.
I'll throw my subjectivity onto it. I think anything meeting-wise, doing business-wise, before 8 a.m., I think that's early.
Yeah.
I think on the flip side, I'm not saying waking up before 8 a.m. is early. I think waking up before 6 a.m., I think that's where you could draw the early
So if you
baseline.
wake up before 6 a.m., that's early.
That's waking up early, I would say. In my opinion on this front.
Wait till you have kids.
There is, all time just blends together.
It does.
So what do you think then?
Nah, I'm pretty much with you, but still.
Like, I think business-wise, anything before 8 should be considered a little early. Not saying you can't do it at 7:30, but I think it's definitely a little early. And then I would say if you wake up before 6, you're an early bird.
And what you mean by anything business-wise, I think what you're talking about is meetings
yeah,
specifically.
a meeting.
Some people have routines where they're at the office at 7:30 and get ahead of the day.
Yeah, but where you're scheduling a meeting between people, between industries, whatever it might be, something like that, where you're getting heads together, I think that's where it would be considered early.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So be interested to hear what everybody's. I'm pretty much with Kyler on this one. Yeah,
it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, 6 a.m. is kind of like that cutoff where.
Yeah. What about you? When do you wake up? Like 6, 7 a.m.?
Yeah, right. Yep. What a loser! What a complete loser.
On that note,
if you don't know that, explain what 6, 7 is.
well, it's just one of the funny numbers that kids say. I was hanging out with my nephews I played Fortnite last night for the first time in like 8 years.
This guy played Fortnite instead till 2 a.m. watching.
I watched the Dodgers game. That was nuts. 18 innings. That was insane.
You know, the Mariners have done that, and lost.
Yeah. Game 3 of the World Series. That was wild. Watching Clayton Kershaw come out of the
playoffs. It was an elimination game.
Yeah, but this was the World Series. Watching old man Clayton Kershaw come out in like the 10th inning.
Yeah. He pitched one batter.
Yeah, that was wild.
One batter.
He got him out. It was bases loaded, 2 outs.
Who cares? It's the Dodgers. They spent $700 million.
Yeah, I'm cheering.
On one player.
I'm
That's not even their payroll. That's one player.
Cheering for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, well, you want to talk about it? Did you see? People are so mad at George Springer.
Yeah, he might be cheating.
Yeah, he got hit by a pitch, and then they see on his wrist, it looks like there's an electronic device.
Yeah, he got like his Apple Watch or something going on. Yeah. George Springer was a member of the Houston Astros from back in the day that did get caught cheating. Just saying. But also, it's not like we
have perspective. 5 a.m. bells is early. Business prior to 7:30 a.m. So 7:30 a.m. might be the cutoff.
All right, I can accept that.
You can accept that?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
I might push. So if we're gonna go to 7:30 for the business side, I might push for 5:30 on the wake up side then.
Yeah, dude, I hate waking up early.
I do.
So then I think if you have that conversation, the question next week, not necessarily, but the question in a future time should be, when is the proper time to go to bed?
Yeah, when is too late? When is staying up late?
Because if you stay up till 2 a.m., I promise you,
that's
5 a.m. is too early.
Yep, 100%. 7 a.m. was too early today.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I made sure I slept in today too.
Which then brings in a millennial and more recent discussion of, should the whole, and this is where we're going to end, the whole society have to follow the same time construct that's been in place? Because if you put in like a solid 18 hours a day, what does it matter if you went to bed at 2 and woke up at 10? Or I guess that wouldn't work mathematically, right? So you went to bed at 2 and you woke up at 6 or 8. So you got 6 hours of sleep, right?
Yeah.
Versus the person that went to bed at 10 and woke up at 4, got 6 hours of sleep.
Sure.
What does that actually matter? As long as you are
if you're still theoretically getting the same amount of sleep,
and still providing the same amount of productivity to society.
Yeah. Ooh. Big thoughts going forward, folks.
Whole nother conversation. Way more important than a Dodgers Blue Jays World Series that nobody cares about.
Fun to watch that
I'm
late.
kidding.
I was committed at that point.
That's incredible. I saw that it was going into extra innings or whatever, and honestly,
I didn't even start watching it until
I'm
the 8th.
struggling with this World Series because Mariners lost to the Blue Jays. We had an opportunity to win. We blew it. We were up 3-1 in like the 6th or 7th. Gave up a 3-run bomb to whom?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who got that again?
George Springer. Who's George Springer? The same guy that was on the Astros when they did some questionable deeds. What division?
He straight up cheated.
What division is Astros in? Mariners division. Who got to deal with the Astros for many years? Yeah, the Mariners don't like George Springer. Okay. And so they sub in a pitcher and they do the one thing the guy can't do. Give him a pitch, he can hit out of the park.
There you go.
And so now I don't want the Blue Jays to win and I don't want the Dodgers to win. So it's pretty much roll to be me.
Yeah.
With that, we'll see you on Thursday, 9 a.m.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
be back. Minot Talk. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Well,